Today, we're diving deep into the mind of one of the most fascinating characters in anime, Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, from Classroom of the Elite. If you've ever wanted to think like him, stay tuned because we're going to break down his mindset, strategies, and how you can apply them in your own life. Ayanokoji is known for his calm and composed nature. No matter what happens around him, he rarely shows emotion. This is a key part of his character. But why does he act this way? And how can it help you? Well, Ayanokoji knows that staying calm allows him to think clearly. When you're calm, you can see the situation for what it really is, without your emotions clouding your judgment. Imagine you're in a stressful situation, like an exam or a disagreement with a friend. If you let your emotions take over, you might make a hasty decision that you'll regret later. But if you stay calm, you can think about the best way to handle it. The best way to stay calm in any situation is to practice deep breathing. When you feel overwhelmed, take a few deep breaths to calm yourself down. Usually, when we are in the face of danger, we hold our breath. This signals to the brain that there is danger outside and that it must eliminate any noise the body makes so that the danger wouldn't come near us. However, if you start breathing deeply, you tell your brain that everything is fine and it doesn't need to be on high alert. This is why deep breathing is a simple yet powerful technique that can make a huge difference in your life. Another tip to calm yourself down is to pause before you react. If something makes you angry or upset, wait a few seconds before responding. And if you are in the verge of extreme rage, then I suggest you get out of whatever situations you are in and take a few minutes, hours, even days away from your problems. The goal is to give you time to think about what you really want to say or do, instead of letting your emotions dictate how you would respond. Ayanokoji is always thinking several steps ahead. He doesn't just react to what's happening around him, he anticipates it. Here's how you can start thinking more strategically like him. Step 1. Understanding the bigger picture. Ayanokoji always keeps the bigger picture in mind. In case you are unsure about what understanding the bigger picture truly signifies, it's just a fancy way of expressing your ability to align your actions with your end goal, instead of wasting your time on actions that are irrelevant to your intended objectives. With that in mind, Ayanokoji knows that every action has consequences, and he plans his moves carefully to reach his ultimate goal. Hence, when you're making decisions, think about how they will affect your future. Is it going to get you one step closer to your current objective? For example, if you're deciding whether to study or play video games, think about how each choice will impact long-term goals. In this case, if you choose to study, you will get better grades and you will make your parents proud. On the other hand, if you choose video games, you will get better at the game you are playing, but you wouldn't make any real progress in the real life. Step 2. Gathering information. Ayanokoji gathers as much information as possible before making a decision. He observes people, listens carefully, and analyzes every detail. He is definitely not the type of student who would be on his phone listening to loud music with his earphone while waiting for the class to start. Instead, he would be probably walking around looking at posters in the school wall, visiting classrooms he's never been attending, or even socializing and making new friends. Even though Ayanokoji does not appear to be very good at socializing, he is actually better than the vast majority of us in the real world. Do you want to know why? It is because, unlike many of us, he is not afraid to approach complete stranger, whether it's a boy or a beautiful girl. If he feels the need to talk to someone, he will do it without any hesitation. Thus, if you truly desire to be at the same level of greatness as Ayanokoji, you have to open your eyes and ears to the outside world. You need to become more observant, Pay attention to what people say and how they act. The more you know, the better you can plan your actions. Step 3. Planning ahead. Planning is just a series of actions you take to get closer to your goals. Plans are useless without a clear objective, and objectives are mere dreams without plans. In this regard, this is one of Ayanokoji's most impressive feats. His ability to manipulate situations perfectly and align them to his end goal is truly remarkable. So, if you want to obtain the ability to manipulate circumstances to your advantage, the most basic thing you need to do is to simply identify what you truly desire. After all, there is nothing to get if you don't even realize what you want. However, merely knowing about what you desire isn't enough. You also need to identify all the necessary actions you need to take to get it. For this, I want you to use the 80-20 rule. This concept states that 80% of the effects come from 20% of the cause. It implies that 80% of the results you are looking for come from just 20% of the activities you do. So, make sure you identify those activities. It's no secret that Ayanokoji is incredibly adaptable. Since he was born, he was subjected to the most gruesome education program that was designed by the White Room organization. Hence, during his period in the White Room, he learned that whining and crying about his situation is not going to change anything. If he wanted to survive in this organization, he had no choice but to adapt and get stronger, smarter, and better than everybody else. As a result, now he can handle pretty much any situation and problem that come his way. So the first thing to do to become highly adaptable, just like Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, you need to thoroughly evaluate your current way of thinking. There are a lot of ways of thinking that keeps people stuck in their old ways. I guess the most common one is what we call fixed mindset. A lot of people believes that predispositions, such as genetic and natural talent, are the most important factors to success. Hence, in their perspective, if you have no talent, you will never achieve your dreams. Another way of thinking that kills your progress is pessimistic thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's those little voice in your head that says, "You're not good enough. You can't possibly do that. I'm not smart enough for this. I'm not good looking enough. I'm too poor to do this." The most dangerous consequence of pessimistic thinking is procrastination. The cycle of procrastination looks like this. You think negative thoughts. You are convinced by your own negative thoughts. Now you believe you are not good enough to achieve your goals, and all of a sudden, all your motivation is gone. As a result, you stop taking actions. However, not taking actions generates guilt, and yet, more guilt will only generate more bad thoughts, and the cycle continue until you reached a point of total breakdown. Therefore, it's crucial that you evaluate your way of thinking and change it, so that your own mind will work with you, not against you. So if you think you can do it, you are right. And if you think you can't do it, you are absolutely right. It's up to you to decide whether you can or can't do it.